Hey y'all, it's Tamil, and this is our moon message for the full moon in Virgo. I'm actually a few days early on this, probably because it is Virgo energy, where I'm like, what needs to be done? Let's just get it done. Let's finish all of the things. Um, this moon has a really, really good energy. It seems as though it's pushing us into healing, pushing us into taking care of ourselves, pushing us to giving ourselves the nurturing um, that moon energy is really about. So it's asking us to examine the ways that we are not mothering ourselves, examine the ways we are not loving on ourselves. I asked a few questions. Where is our life cluttered? What needs examining? What details are we overlooking? Like what loose ends need to be tied up in our lives? What brings us pleasure? And how can we support this real need for pleasure in our lives in tangible, like textile, touch and feel ways that we're actually going to make sure that we're getting those sensory needs met? So, where is our life cluttered? We got Pombajira or female Eshu, and we got Eshu on the next question and Oshun. So all of this really is about sacred sexual energy. It seems like we may have some blocks when it comes to our sacral chakra. I've actually been posting about that. The last 2 days have been messages on sacred selections on our daily tarot about unblocking the sacral chakra and where our creative energy is and embracing our sensuality. So it looks like we're too busy to feel this call or need for pleasure. This card is also about celebrations, weddings, but it's also about prayer. So there may be some we could really be in our head about the people around us having big moments. And instead of us being able to really be happy for them and to cheer them on, it's making us kind of question where we are on our journey. And so we feel away. And so we're needing to release and declutter any of that competitive energy or that comparison energy, and also get clear about what we want. Because oftentimes when we feel away or we have like a tinge of jealousy, even for people that we really, really love and we really desire to celebrate, it's not because we want what they have. It's because we may not even be clear on what it is that we really want. So we are not even knowing what to pray for. And so the decluttering comes around our expectations, our
You were saying?
no, I wasn't saying nothing, Siri. It comes around our expectations. It comes around all of these unnecessary goals that we have that are blocking a flow of creative energy because we're not allowing ourselves to just exist. Pombajira is a very free-flowing energy, very sensual, very creative. And because of the restrictions, which is kind of like a Virgo thing, like time limits, goal setting, because of that energy in our lives, we're blocking the free flow of creativity. So we need to loosen up a little bit, clear that out. What needs examining? And we got Oshun and Eshu. And Eshu is about a faithful, loyal companion, not even just a mate, but a friend. Also, the Orisha of the crossroads, guiding our path, the choices that we need to make. And Oshun is, of course, about abundance, luxury, fertility, self-care, sensuality. So, when we are looking to make some choices in our lives and examining a few different paths, the full moon in Virgo is asking us to make sure that we're doing what makes us feel the most comfortable, and not comfortable in a I don't want to take risks way, but what makes our soul happy, what makes us feel satisfied, what honors our creativity, what honors our true nature, what makes us feel like a goddess, what makes us feel divine. Examining the choices that we make and the decisions that we have to make, and matching our intellectual rationale with the emotions behind the decisions. So the full moon, of course, is this divine feminine energy, this mother moon energy, this goddess sensuality, right, that we see in Oshun. Virgo is about that more logical energy. So this is literally us getting the power to blend the logical and the emotional and make tangible steps that honor our true path and honor our soul's guidance. So we really need to look at the choices that we're making and making sure we're not doing things just because they're safe, just because they are practical, but that it's something that we really, really want to do. And we get a lot of clarity around these choices and the path that we're on. What details are we overlooking? Where do we need to tie up some loose ends? We got the 3 of Earth, and this is about money, business partnerships, collaborations, contracts. Because it looks like we have some decisions that we need to make, part of those decisions and part of the details of our life that we need to be examining are our relationships. Some things may need to be restructured. We may need to enter into some negotiations, make clear some boundaries, make clear some expectations, what we expect of another person, especially in some business relationships, partnerships, and really come up with a strategy where everybody is playing their role and nobody's overstepping the other person. This Virgo earth energy with the moon gives us the compassion and gives us the ability to feel what relationships are right for us at this time. And this isn't a cutoff energy when it comes to relationships. It's more of a boundary setting process that we're empowered to do. So what brings us pleasure? And we got the Outcast card. And in the traditional tarot, this will be the Fool card, going out on a venture, starting afresh. It's like this adrenaline rush that we get when we are going out on a new path and making a new choice. This is about embracing our differences, what makes us different than other people. All of the time that we've been trying to conform, when we're honest, why the things that make us different are actually what makes us happy. And we're being asked to lean into that a little bit more, and how we can support our uniqueness, how we can support ourselves as we're making some choices before spring starts, before really beginning anew, choosing a new path, going in a different direction. We got Oshumare and Papalegba. We have so many Orisha here, which in a traditional tarot deck, this would be like major arcana and like big roadmap symbols. So this is a very pivotal time. There's so much energy and so much possibility with this moon around recalibrating our lives to get more abundance, which is what Oshumari represents. So using our differences from the Outcast card, nourishing those differences and making them talents, recognizing those differences as skill and expertise and things that we can monetize in the creative economy. Even if you are in a professional work environment, this is a part of your level up. whatever makes you different and whatever makes you unique, things that you kind of shied away from. You thought you were loud. You thought you were too nitpicky. You thought that you were long-winded. Reframing all of these different idiosyncrasies about yourself as your leverage, and really writing down like, okay, this is what makes me special, and using the Virgo energy of like list making to help you embody and embrace your differences in a way that doesn't make you feel ashamed or embarrassed, but makes you feel proud and makes you feel like the goddess that you are, like the divine being that you are. Makes you feel unique, makes you feel more of a representation of God in the flesh. In this deck, Papa Legba isn't just about prayers or the Orisha of open doors. The deck defines this card as meaning business opportunities, public speaking, teaching, success generally, but opportunities in speaking, getting your message across. And I'm being very particular with the words that I'm selecting. Is probably the Virgo energy, but how we're supporting ourselves to bring more pleasure into our lives and to bring more abundance in our lives, it's actually through our career and the moves that we're making at this time. Establishing ourselves as different, as a person of value, as somebody that brings something to the table, makes us feel more abundant and cause more abundance to us. It raises our vibration. And the general energy of the moon, I got the 10 of water, which is bliss, emotional security, having everything that you ever wanted, having family, having community, but still, being an individual and achieving everything that you want to achieve. And so that's what the Virgo full moon wants for us. It wants achievement, but it wants it to be rooted in authenticity and an emotional security that supports us as individuals, knowing who we really are and what we actually want. And that is what we're being called to do with this full moon in Virgo. Start getting very specific, not trying to control outcomes, not trying to be so rigid in what our path is going to be, because the universe is opening these roads for us. But to get clarity around what our lives look like now, what tools we have at our disposal as far as what makes us unique, what our skills are, what our talents are, so that we can start lining up with the opportunities that fit our very, very real and unique contributions that we have to give to this world. So this was very serious. Ew. I don't know, I guess my Cancer nature doesn't like this Virgo energy, but it is what it is. And I need it. I probably need the structure. I probably need to get really specific, as do we all. And I feel if we do this work, we'll really be able to shake some things up and make some things happen. So it's harvest time. That's what it is. Okay? Love y'all.